Rutland Plaza this morning, 10:30 a.m. We're here for the 14th annual Not in My Hood March, held by Monique Chandler Waterman, the God Squad, East Flatbush Village, Famous Safe Cities, and many more. Project Echo, Primerica, a lot of organizations here right now. So, a little early, but Gun Violence Awareness Month. Wear Orange Day. I mean, myself right now, I'm wearing this New York Gun Violence shirt. I got yesterday from the Roosevelt event. So, and right now. I gotta go to Queens. I gotta go to Queens after this, so. Oh yeah, heads up, guys. I won't be at the Times Square event today. I'm gonna be in Queens, so. Heads up. Roosevelt Plaza, Rutland Plaza.
Yeah, you know my friends too?
Yeah, what the school is, or and I'm
Okay, so I used to be the number 2 person at Christopher United. They used to be part of me.
they've been in the game
moved here for a long time. halftime booking next week. There's no booking. I took that contract 12 years ago. But don't tell me about it. It's cool. They perform, they get a little sex, money in their pocket. So that was the biggest thing for me. I wanted to make sure that, even though they were doing this thing, that they also get travel. They were in the Met Gala.
I know I saw them.
Yeah, it's the league. Yeah.
And they did the last. Also, I didn't think he was going to be back. Look for me that all of them.
They have more, but it's not like a smaller. They have like
that's just your presence spread out.
Yeah, spread out. These are the OGs.
I was about to tell you,
they don't have lead and direct. I think it's your name. Fernando.
What up? Doing good, man. Yeah, no problem.
If you need, I have an individual, but I just want to
That is very true. Taking up the northbound side. I never know how y'all do it. Not in these streets. Like, you give me a map, I'll figure that out.
I started like relying on the compass after my life.
There's a problem that I need to address. Got something to beat off my chest. There's a war going on abroad. Soldiers willing to die for a cause. What I can't understand is why we kill each other for less. It's time to make the change. It's together, yes we can. Eating guns and the knives at home. Stay in school, what you focus on. A decision to make a difference. And your interest deserves listen. Is anybody in my pride? Put your hands up in the sky. If you're telling your story, you can make it anymore. Come on, come on. Be afraid to stay alone. You can do this all alone. A decision to make a difference. And your agent is certain to say, is anybody in the crowd? Put your hands up in the sky. If you're tired of
Yeah, so by the way, Transo, they have a rally at 3 o'clock. Y'all wanna go there? I'm not going there. I'm gonna be in Queens, so I'm gonna be in Queens. So I can't go for that. I can't go to that. So heads up. And plus, where it is, so I really believe in it.
There's a problem that I need to address. Got something to get off your chest. There's a war on the floor. Soldiers willing to die for a cause. What I can't understand is why we kill each other for less. It's time to make a change. It's together, yes we can. We the guns and the knives alone. Stay in school, what you focus on. A decision to make a difference. Then your angels deserve it. Is anybody in my cry? Put your hands up in the sky. If you tell me what's going on, keep on laughing, let me know. In my head, we need to and make me say, oh, no, for you and me. In my head, we need to stop the violence. People dying over nonsense. Put your differences aside, yeah. Is it really worth your life? Together we stand, divided we fall. But I'm a reason that we are. Come on, come on. Don't be afraid to stand alone. You can do this on your own. A decision to make a difference. Make your independence and listen. Is anybody in the crowd? Put your hands up in the sky. If you're tired of what's going on, keep on laughing, let me know. Oh, yeah. Got something to get off your chest. There's a war going on abroad. Soldiers willing to die for a cause. What I can't understand is why we kill each other for less. It's time to make a change. It's together, yes we can. We ain't guns in the night alone. Stay cool, what you focus on. A decision to make a difference. And your independence. Don't you ever stop smiling. You're beautiful, don't ever stop smiling. Beautiful, you're beautiful, don't ever stop smiling. You're beautiful, don't ever stop smiling. People, we need to change our ways. There's too much violence in our world today. I know a way we can make it better if we all work together. We can make it better if we all work together. Put the gun down, stop the violence, stop the violence. Put the guns down, stop the violence, stop the violence. Put the guns down, stop killing our fathers. Put the gun down, stop killing our mothers. Put the gun down, stop killing our sisters. Put the gun down, stop killing our brothers. Put the gun down, stop killing each other. Put the gun down, don't take his life. Put the gun down, he probably has a wife. Put the gun down, you don't gotta rob him. Put the gun down, I know you got problems. Put the gun down, cause the gun will solve them. Put the gun down, this is not a game. Put the gun down, people dying in vain. Put the gun down, stop the violence, stop the violence. Put the gun down, stop the violence, stop the violence. Put the gun down, stop the killing. Think before you act and make a poor decision. The world is hurting, we all need healing. No more guns, what a wonderful feeling. Parents feed parents, guide the children. Let's come together, make a new beginning. A child is killed, known as grinning. A child goes to jail, known as winning. So put the gun down, do it for your mama. Put the gun down, do it for Obama. Put the gun down, do it for good karma. Put the gun down, we don't need the drama. Put the gun down.
What's up, man? How are you? Doing good, man. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, bro.
Stop the violence.
Oh, you got the old school. You got the first
If we all work together, put the gun down. Are y'all listening? Calling all father and movie. I'm missing your family needs you really commitment. Some of y'all love it, really love it. Any woman and children for 10 minutes. No more hiding, no more silence. It's time to speak up against all violence. I pray for and beating our sister and mothers. That woman is a queen, is it time you love her? How you gonna elevate a woman's temple? We're made to protect and treat them gentle. Men be men, respect the ladies. 5-step up and take care of your business. People, we need to change our ways. There's too much violence in our world today. I know where we can make it better. If we all work together, I know where we can make it better. If we all work together.
if we need to move the
And Natasha, you're gonna.
Well, you need me to stand. Yeah. No, we have I can do that. You already know
If we all
Makai.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Guys, you're going to take it back a little bit. I thought I was doing something. And so that way everybody can. Yeah, perfect. Y'all come up. Yeah, I knew what you were talking about.
I'm just saying this because it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's
Don't do that.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's Makai Kai.
That's not funny. What you trying to do? That's not funny.
Okay, we're going to start in just about a minute. Okay, good. Yeah, that's better, yes. Starting now, yeah. Unless we have the mic. asleep. Yeah, you make a difference. Watch your back. Chris, put him in right here. That way we can get the mic.
Dad, watch your back.
Chris, any clergy? Okay. You ready? It's right after me, technically. Let's just go to the pastor. Oh, pastor, yes. Pastor. Chris, let him know he's going to pray. Okay. We need the mic.
Is that gonna be okay?
You're good, right? Mike, you got it. Yeah.
Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Testing. I'm going to need all the slack here.
See if he can move up a little bit. The drum can move up, and everybody move up. Eric, move the car up. Yeah, I want to get this. All the moms and dads on this side. Thank you. Who's driving? You driving? Yeah, you drive. They're going to move up a little bit, so it might need to move up a little bit.
Okay, we're going to get started. I think everybody's here for the most part. I know some of the vehicles are going to move up a little bit, so as that happens, we just make do. But I want to thank everybody for being here. My name is Eric Waterman. I'm the Executive Director and co-founder of East Flatbush Village Inc. Youth and Community Development Organization. We are here to denounce gun violence in our community. We are here to uplift families of those who have lost, or I should say those whose loved ones have been taken away due to gun violence. So we are here to uplift mothers, brothers, sisters, fathers, family members as a whole, to make our community whole. Again, my name is Eric Waterman, Executive Director of East Flatbush Village Inc. Youth and Community Development Organization, with an intent focus on gang and gun violence prevention. We are here with an assemblance of our community members, our community stakeholders, nonprofit organizations, elected officials, clergy, and many more to denounce gun violence in our community, not only call it out, not only stand up against it, but also provide resources and opportunities for our community members. We are going to commence or start this month of Gun Violence Awareness Month off with resources and opportunities for our community members. This is our 14th annual anti-violence march. Unfortunately, we've had to have this march every single year for 14 years due to an uptick of gang and gun violence. I'm hoping that all those under the sound of my voice come out and join us, if not just to get further information, see what's going on, meet some of the people and the stakeholders here behind me, or lend your voice and your efforts towards our goal and our effort to have an impact in our community. Some people might not know how to go about doing that. We know how to do that. We've been doing it now for over 16 years, and it works with collaboration, with partnership, with stick-to-itiveness, with an intestinal fortitude to say our community is our community and enough is enough. We have formed over the years our Enough Anti-Violence Initiative to make sure we continue to uplift our community, to make sure we go door to door, neighbor to neighbor, block to block, building to building, to ask what is needed, what is the opportunities that you're looking for, what is missing in our communities. And so we are here to make sure that we provide those, but also ask the question. We have a saying, I know in the mental health space, nothing for me without me. But it's in every space in our communities. We shouldn't be trying to bring anything to anyone in our communities in terms of resources without involving them, without engaging everybody, without making sure that they are part of the conversation and the dialogue. But we have been plagued with gun violence far too often in our communities. And next to me, around me, beside me are those that have been impacted by gun violence. Whether it been those that have lost loved ones to gun violence, whether it been those that have been involved, we even have those that were on the wrong side of gun violence and are now on the right side to do the right thing, that are part of the solution as a part of being the problem. So we have all stakeholders here. We want to make sure we adopt more stakeholders of positive impact in our community as opposed to those that are going to impact it in a negative way. But I also want to say this. We recognize that that impact, that negative impact, does not come from just a reckless and abandonment of their community. It comes from a lack of resources. It comes with trauma. It comes from not being heard, seen, listened to, engaged, developed, opportunities created, and people behind me, beside me, are those that either created those opportunities, creating those opportunities, developing resources, or finding ways to have a positive impact in their community. And so I stand proudly here today to ensure that we continue this work, to adopt as many more people into this effort, into our mission, to guide the young people in our community towards a positive and uplifting impact in our community, to have an impact in gun violence and gang violence prevention. We are standing here for a reason in this particular place. We are going to march today. We're marching to Church Ave. And along that way, we're going to stop at scenes in which people's lives were taken senselessly to gun violence. We do this annually. One, because they were innocent lives and souls that were taken from us. Two, because we don't want their names to be forgotten. Three, because we need to make sure that the community heals in those spaces. We can't expect healing to take place if we ignore the situation. Lastly, people normalize this behavior in our community. This normalization of gun violence is a part of the trauma. And that in and of itself is part of the biggest problem in our community, is that we can't normalize this. This is not normal in any space. If you went anywhere and dropped this condition in any other community that is not currently suffering from it, they would flood all kind of resources and opportunities in that space to prevent it from happening. And all we're saying is that why wait? Why not? We're not the other community. We are the community, and we are enough in our community to be able to prevent what is taking place, to uplift our community, and to make sure that we put an end to gun violence. I know some people say it'll never happen. To those I say, get out the way and let us do the work to prevent it. So when I say enough is enough, you say enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
When I say guns down, you say lights up. Guns down.
Lights up.
Guns down.
Lights up.
Guns down.
Lights up.
When I say guns down, you say resources up. Guns down.
Resources up.
Guns down.
Resources up.
Guns down.
Resources up.
So again, my name is Eric Waterman, Executive Director of East Flatbush Village Inc. Youth and Community Development Organization, creator of the Enough Anti-Violence Initiative, and we are here with many partners, and I'm going to turn the mic over to those who have been impacted the most by gun violence. But before we do that, we are going to actually have one of our brothers in arms against gun violence, our Pastor Terry Lee, who is going to lead us off with prayer.
Thank you, Mr. Eric Waterman, and to the Assemblywoman, and to all the other members of the clergy that are here, and the different groups who are standing together, and the NYPD's here. Certainly, we are all standing together. We're not only just coming out, but we have put our faith in action. And with faith and community, we know that this mission shall accomplish. And we are going to pray. Pray for the families that are hurting. Pray for healing after the trauma. Pray that the Lord will touch those who have the resources, that they will send it to us so we can do greater works. If you can, bow your head with me. Let's have a moment of silence for all those who lost their loved ones through the act of gun violence, domestic violence, or any act of violence. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. Let us pray. If you can touch the person's hands beside you, where 2 or 3 are gathered together, touching and agree. The Lord said He's in the midst to bless us and to do us good. If you can hold the arms of somebody beside you, and let us connect while we pray. Eternal Father and our God, you are the King of glory. You are the Lord who is strong and mighty. In battle, you are mighty. God of Israel, God of Isaac, God of Abraham, and God of Moses. Here we are, oh God, standing on the other side of the ocean. Lord, and we have seen today where the spirit of evil, oh God, of spreading across our city like the mighty Atlantic Ocean. Lord, I pray as we stretch our act of faith in action today across this ocean of hate, the ocean of violence and evil, Lord, that we will cross over through the spirit of peace, love, and unity. Lord, I pray today for, oh God, our Assemblywomen and all other elected officials who are standing together. We pray, oh God, for all our partners, oh God, in pure violence groups, as we walk together, as we shout together, as we pray together. The families that pray together will stay together. We pray for our youth, oh God, as they come today, oh God, to put their boots on the ground. I pray, oh God, that we would walk, oh God, and not be weary. Lord, I pray that those who walk with us, their strength will be renewed, that they would mount up with wings like an eagle. Lord, that they would run and not be weary, walk and not faint. Lord, I pray for all the mothers that are hurting, the fathers, the sisters, and the brothers, oh God, and the families that are hurting today. Continue, let goodness and mercies rest, remain, and abide with us as we go forth in Jesus' name. Let all God's children say, amen.
Thank you, Pastor Terry Lee. Always a continued partner. We mentioned a key thing in prayer. that a family that stays together, prays together, stays together. And what you see behind me is truly family, and many other partners throughout the community. And we want to make sure we maintain that. And so as I transition over to introducing our families for Safe Cities, our mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, aunts, and uncles who have lost loved ones to gun violence are going to speak today. I'm glad that the media is here. Unfortunately, the media, and I don't want to rail on them, kind of only shows up when it's a negative thing. Only shows up when it's a salacious story, because people will watch them. And unfortunately, the names, the pictures of the young lives that were lost were all a part of a media story at some point. And so we have mothers and fathers and families of those that have lost loved ones to turn that power into purpose and turn their energy for their loved ones into a even more salacious story to uplift the community. And so we thank them for being here. I want to introduce Natasha Christopher of the Keel Christopher Community Center Foundation to speak on behalf of the Families for Safe Cities.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Natasha Christopher, and I am the mother of this beautiful young man right here, Akil Christopher. My son was shot at 14 and would be 27 this year, and he's not here. Again, I am the Family Outreach Specialist for Families for Safe Cities, one of the lead for Mothers for Safe Cities. And as you see standing beside me, there are families right here who have been impacted by gun violence and violence. I stand here saying, not one more. Like Mr. Waterman said, enough is enough. This should not be normal. We are burying our young people, and this should not be normal. We have the power to make a difference. We have the power to do better. We are killing each other left, right, and center. My heart hurts to see so many families standing right here. I am triaging some of these families, and I tell people all the time, it's been 12 years, but the pain is as fresh as it happened yesterday. So I say to you guys, let's all get together, let's all make a difference. My thing is, I don't want to keep marching. I did a march last week, and it hurt my heart, and I'm here to march again. When are we going to say, enough is enough? When are we going to come together and say, stop killing each other? Because we keep killing each other, and we don't seem to have a problem with it. But y'all are destroying lives and families. And I hate it. And this must end. And I'm going to call up my friend, LaShawn Brown. I just met this beautiful mom. It's barely a month that someone murdered her son. And I will give her an opportunity to speak.
I'm here for my son, Makai, Jihad, and Tammy Brown. I'm very angry that I have to do this, but I would do this every year, just not to see somebody else have to go through what I went through. I'm tired of crying, but the tears is joy to see everybody out here for my son. Sorry that I had to see all this love now, but I'm here. I don't want to see another mother go through this. I appreciate everybody coming out to this walk. Lord, that's what I do for my son. Just want to remember his name, Makai Jihad Buchanan Brown. Say his name. Makai Jihad Buchanan Brown. Makai Jihad Buchanan Brown. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm here. My name is Shirma Chambers, and I'm here representing my son, Tyler Kobe Nichols. He was taken from me December 23rd, 2020, and my intent is to help and make sure that his name does not go in vain. I will keep his legacy. When I say LLKK, I want you to say, long live King Kobe. LLKK? Long live King Kobe. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Naomi Hippolyte. I'm here for my young brother, Billy Hippolyte, who was gunned down and taken from us so tragically. And I'm here amongst all the other survivors as well who lost their loved ones so tragically. Or I should say their loved ones was taken from them so tragically. But I'm very grateful for the God Squad, Mothers of 6 Cities, who have embraced my sister and I, who is on her way right now. And we're just going to keep saying Billy's name, along with all the other victims whose lives were taken so tragically. And we're going to keep marching, we're going to keep praying, and we're going to keep stomping our feet and screaming, stop the gun violence. Stop the gun violence. Stop the gun violence. And I'm going to say my brother's name in honor of Billy Hippolyte. 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 Thank you, everybody.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica. My son was murdered July 13, 2017. What a call that you have to get from someone that your child was murdered. I mean, your life never been the same again after that. And so I will continue to march and come out and support on behalf of my son. The Mothers for Safe City has embraced me. 67th Precinct Clergy, they have embraced me. And I will continue doing the work for my son, Storm Kenyatta Hughes. Say his name, Storm Kenyatta Hughes. Storm Kenyatta Hughes. Storm Kenyatta Hughes. Thank you.
Thank you to all those families. I know this is obviously traumatic, and it continues on. But for you to turn your power into purpose matters. It empowers me to continue to do this work. This work is not easy, but I can't imagine what it is for you. And so it's nothing for me to now continue to make sure this work happens. So, do you have somebody else who's going to speak? Oh, yes. We're going to have Nicole Sharp speak for Heather Hurley Foundation.
Hello. Heather Hurley was my mother who was gunned down by my father some years ago here in Rutland. And my father, he threatened to kill her for the entire duration of the marriage, which was 17 years, until that night, Friday night, that he actually did shoot her in her home. And I was 15 at the time, and my younger brother and sister, they were 3 and 8. And we barely got out by the grace of God. He was looking for us too with a gun. But guns should not be accessible as they are. My father always had illegal guns. I used to always switch them up and always threaten my mother with them. Guns should not be accessible. And so I created a foundation, the Heather Hurley Foundation, for the prevention of domestic violence. And I just want you all to remember her name. I created that foundation, so my mom's name will never be forgotten. Her name is Heather Hurley. So say after me, please. Heather Hurley. Heather Hurley. Heather Hurley. Enough is enough.
Thank you. At this time, I want to introduce our partners and our brothers in arms. We were fortunate this year to be able to have a Cure Violence site, crisis management, through the crisis management system as a part of the mayor's office and the ONS, which is the Office of Neighborhood Services, and DYCD, which is here. I want to thank them for also being here. But our partners in this effort to prevent gun violence in our community is none other than Project Echo, and I'm going to have Shek come up to say a few words.
Peace, everybody. Peace, everybody. When I say silence the violence, I want to hear you say echo the love. Silence the violence. Echo the love. I can't hear y'all. The whole 90s need to hear y'all. The whole East Flatbush need to hear y'all. Silence the violence. Echo the love. Silence the violence. Echo the love. That's why we out here today. Because who wants to come out time after time and stand with the most courageous and powerful club in this world? The Families and the Mothers for Safe Cities. I have traveled throughout Brooklyn. I have traveled throughout New York City, watching these mothers have to give their testimonies, have to share their trauma. I cannot afford to watch another mother join this club. People ask us all the time, why are we doing this work? It's because I don't want another mother, another father, another family member a part of this club. Because how many kids do we have to lose? How many times do we have to march? How many times? This is why we do this work. Project Echo, 887 Utica Avenue. Come and see us. Come and get some of this love. Because this ain't it, y'all. Let this be the last march. How about it? It's not crazy thinking to say that we could go through a whole summer without another shooting, without another death, without another memorial. This is why we do this work. To silence the violence and echo the love. The word echo means empowering communities through healing and opportunities. But we have to give our children a chance to have these opportunities. So once again, when I say silence the violence, I want to hear you say echo the love. Silence the violence. Echo the love. Louder, y'all. Let's do this. We are going to march for our families, for our loved ones, for the ones who are still with us, and they should hear us. So let's bring that energy today. Silence the violence. Echo the love. Thank you, family.
Thank you very much. I want to also shout out Drum and BTTM, who is here as well as part of the crisis management system and the Cure Violence site in Flatbush. They are always a true partner in this process of making sure we are preventing violence. The key to it is that we're not responding. Why are we doing this march? Because we're going to be kicking off this summer, a safe summer, where we are going to be providing resources with all these partners that you see here, for all these young people that you see here, with programming and opportunities. And who better than to talk about what work they have been doing as the elected officials who have been supportive over the years. This is not a just new thing that has come about. And they've been doing this work for many years. Unfortunately, and I think necessary but unfortunate work. Necessary but unfortunate work that needs to be done in our community. So at this time, I would like to bring up the Assembly Member Monique Chandler Waterman.
Don't shoot, I want to grow up. Let's say that. Don't shoot, don't shoot. Guns down, guns down. So, we heard about enough is enough. We heard about how brave our community is as they come together. I just drove from Albany. We thank you to my kids driving 6 hours round trip as we pass legislation to make sure I'm here today. So forgive me if I sound a little cranky. I'm a little tired. I'm a little frustrated that we got to be doing this today or any day. First, I want to say happy birthday to Donnell Petaway Mula from the 90s. He would have been celebrating his birthday today, but unfortunately, his life was cut short. I'm New York State Assembly Member Monique Chandler Wardman. I represent Brooklyn, Assembly District 58. This is my district right here, which is East Flatbush, parts of Canarsie, Crown Heights, and Brownsville. Today I'm joined by my colleagues, Public Advocate Jamani Williams, that you'll hear from shortly, and Senator Prasad's office, that you will also hear some comments. I want to thank East Flatbush Village Inc. for their leadership for over 14 years of doing anti-violence work, along with the Assembly District 58 Public Safety Task Force. You heard from God Squad, 600 Precinct Clergy Council, Families for Safe Cities, Project Echo, John P. TTM, Kings Against Violence Initiative, CAVI, had the Hurley Foundation to Prevent Gun Violence. Together, we have formed a coalition to figure out the action items to end gun violence, which comes to funds, registration, and restoration. We recognize Gun Violence Awareness Month for June, but we should not have to do this type of event. We are disheartened. We are hurting. Our community is suffering. We need resources. I'm so sorry that we have to be here. But I admire your bravery, turn your pain into purpose. But it's not falling on deaf ears, because we will continue to fight to make sure we get what we need in this community. By working collaboratively together as a team, when one day we could truly say, not another child's life was cut short due to gun violence. Today you heard from Makai's mom, 16-year-old, breaking up a fight. He lived right here in Rutland Plaza, loved to play basketball. Actually, the last time I saw him here, we were playing basketball on these courts right here. He was doing what he's always told, what we told our youth. When you see something, say something, do something. Makai did something brave that ultimately cost him his life. We have to do something brave and courageous to save lives. Bravery and courage is working together as a community, the government, the city, the state, the federal, to pass legislation. We gotta hold the manufacturers accountable for all these guns that Nicole was talking about. And not only do we have so much guns, we also have a metal piece called Glock switch, where we can switch it up from one bullet to multiple bullets in a couple of seconds. Guess what? We just passed that legislation a couple of hours ago to hold manufacturers accountable. That's what we gotta do. We're working on the ghost guns. You shouldn't be able to make ghost guns or any type of guns in your basement. We have to be brave and courageous. We need more resources, wraparound services like mental health, trauma-informed, coaching responsive services for our Black and brown community. We're working with New York State Office of Mental Health and Department of Health. That is brave. Survivors and those impacted by the community violence get person-centered support for New York State Office of Victim Services. That's what we need. That understands that when a loved one should not be told to clean up the blood of those that was murdered, their kids. We need to be more courageous than that. We need to continue to work with New York State DCJS, DYCD for expanded peer violence sites. We need one here, right here in the 90s. The 90s need resources. We need safe spaces for our youth and our families, like a community center concept. We have PS 398 right here, and we got Tilden campus across over there. Mr. Mayor, I don't call him out much. I told you I'm tired, I'm cranky, and we can't continue doing this. We are asking you to be brave and courageous, like Makai. Since taking office 2 years ago, the community has asked for a community center. We identified that Tilden campus can suffice until we get the funds to build a standalone center. Our community is in need, dire need now. We cannot sacrifice lives for politics. Not another child's blood should be shared. Not another tear should be shed. Respectfully, Mr. Mayor, we need to implement this community center for this summer. We waited 2 years. As the temperature gets hotter, so does the streets. Press conferences to talk about say something is one thing. Walking the walk is another thing. Mr. Mayor, respectfully, we're asking you to be brave and courageous. Do right by our community that sacrificed on Makai, Akil Christopher, Ethan Holder, Tyler Kobe Nichols, Jermaine Height, Yaqueen English, Christian Josiah Joel, Pharrell Montrose cannot be in vain. As we understand public safety is a shared responsibility and NYPD played a role. Mr. Mayor, NYPD is not the only answer. We need a multi-agency approach. While respecting the law enforcement have a part to play in keeping us safe, it must be done with CPR, courtesy, professionalism, and respect. And the message of when you see something, you say something, that also applies to law enforcement, holding their colleagues accountable. And while when they abuse their authority, we introduced legislation called Carrier's Law. We will work hard, along with my colleagues, to pass that this upcoming year. My prayers go out to Christian Emile, Kamani Gray, Chantel Davis, families and friends. Mr. Mayor, we have a public health crisis that needs a multi-agency response. We are committed to this shared responsibility. We need a safe place for our children and our families. We need to have Tilden Campus as a community center concept to be implemented this summer. It's about people over politics. So, I end here. I love you all. I thank everyone that's out here today. I'm going to call up my dear friend who is covering this district, public advocate Jamani Williams. Where he's at with the little baby. Come on. Let's give it up for our public advocate. It's been out in the streets. Curators of care violence from the beginning, putting a gun violence task force, out here occupying these corners, out here with the survivors, and out here with his baby.
Peace and blessing, love and light, everybody. You can say hello? Peace and blessing, love and light. It's another year we out here marching. I think it was Mr. Waterman who was talking about the media. I'm glad to see some here, but I do have to echo what he was saying. I think if we were here at the memorial of somebody being shot, there would be much more than. It's really tough to get them out here to see the community responding and see the community begging for the resources that are needed to try to prevent us from having those memorials in the first place. It's very hard to see the faces of people who look like mine and see families that look like mine, remembering folks who are no longer here, from something that is 100% preventable. That's what makes this pain even more. All of these deaths are preventable. Peace. One, the access to the guns is way too much. As our sister was sharing her story of her mom, it reminded me to say that we can't forget that guns make everything worse. It makes an argument worse. It makes domestic violence worse. It makes any situation worse and more deadly than it may be. And we have way too many guns that are accessible. And we need our Congress to do so much better at preventing those guns from coming into these communities. It's not just about illegal guns. Every single illegal gun was legal at some point, which means we have to change how people legally get all of these guns over and over and over again that end up on these streets. That's the supply side. What I believe we're trying to do here, and have been trying to do for years, is deal with the demand, which means even if these guns are present, our young people in particular don't have to pick them up and communicate with them. We don't have to use the guns that are here. So we have to put the resources in these communities to help teach our kids how better to communicate than to communicate with violence. And what we do know is that the communities that we deem the safest are the ones that have the most resources, the ones that have access to healthcare, mental health services, the ones whose schools have nurses and social workers in it, the ones who have more than just potato chips to feed their children. These communities are the ones that we deem safe. The ones that we don't deem the safest are the ones that already send the most people to Rikers Island, already have the most law enforcement in it, already make the most arrests, and we still don't deem those communities safe. I see names in years back from the 90s. From the 90s, the 80s and 90s, these communities have been dealing with violence, and all they receive There's more law enforcement and more arrests. And as the assembly member said, I don't want to be mistaken. I understand they have a role to play. The problem is we keep asking them to play all the roles without sending the resources that these communities not only need, that they've been begging for, and as you can see, have been trying their best to fill the gap where government is failing. Our government is failing them time and time again, and it is a deadly failure. But because of who they are and what they look like, this crisis is allowed to plague their communities year after year after year. If this was a crisis that plagued the upper west or upper east side, they would be flooded. They wouldn't know what to do with the resources that would be provided to address this gun violence. All we're asking is to pretend our lives as worthy as anyone else's. Because if you do that, they wouldn't have to continue to beg for what they rightfully should receive while the people are dying. So I want to thank East Flatbush Village and everybody else and the Assembly member for continuing the Not in My Hood March, to continue to make sure we lift up the fact that we have to stop normalizing these deaths. And my office will continue to do whatever we can until we don't have to march anymore, because we would have done what we needed to do to prevent these gun violence from continuing to occur. Peace and blessing, love and life, and a special thank you to these families who I know are in pain, and all they're trying to do is prevent the pain from spreading to others. Thank you so much.
Thank you to our public advocate. Also want to thank our youth that's out here. Thank you so much for being the model to move everything forward, because we can't do this alone. I want to acknowledge Artie, Pramila, and Shafika Foss from the Mayor's Eric Adams, I called them out, from Mayor's Eric Adams Gun Violence Prevention Task Force on behalf of Co-Chair, First Deputy Mayor Sheena Wright. This is not personal, it's about our people. We are also going to have Senator Prasad's office. If you could please, Ms. Jennifer, come and say a couple of words on the senator who actually also covered this district.
Good day, everyone. I am Jennifer Vivek Hossad, representing State Senator Roxanne J. Prasad. I'm standing here representing the senator. She covers this district, parts of Bronxville, even a little bit of Howard Beach, Canarsie. As I listened to all the speakers, I thought about 14 years fighting to save precious lives. And I wonder, what would this community be like if we didn't have the East Flatbush Village? If we didn't have dedicated elected officials? If we didn't have the young people fighting to save lives? So let's put our hands together for everyone involved. Let's really honor the mothers who are standing here today. We feel your pain and we stand with you. I just want you to know that Senator Prasad has legislation in place. And even before she was working for to have the Gun Violence Research Institute, Senator Prasad worked with the youth programs. She's also funding the Explorers, the Summer Youth, and a lot of the initiatives to prevent the scourge of gun violence. East Flatbush Village, she supports you 100% because she understands to solve this problem, we need everyone. And so as you stand here today, I was supposed to just go over and table, but I wanted to march. Because when we march, we get answers. When we march, we show the people that we are serious and we want answers and we want solutions. So I'm happy to represent State Senator to join you today. And as we march, and before we march, I want you to turn to someone and say, human lives are precious. Let's say it again. Human lives are precious. And if we understand that a life is very precious, then we have to change the way we approach it. So thank you on behalf of State Senator Prasad. Let's march hard and let's fight so that we would have a safe summer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. At this time, I want to just recognize Office of Neighborhood and Safety from the Mayor's Office. I want to recognize they're here and supportive of us and making sure that there's resources through the crisis management system, through DYCD, Department of Youth and Community Development. I want to recognize Drum. I mentioned them a little earlier, but they are developing Righteous United Movements. I also want to recognize PS 109 and the students of PS 109 and some of the other students in the community that I might not have mentioned your school, but I want to make sure I recognize you because the young people matter. And I also want to recognize Empire Marching Elite Band, who's going to lead us out here on the march, and they have been a wonderful partner. This is their second year doing this with us, with multiple events that we've been working together with, so I want to make sure I shout them out. Of course, we mentioned God Squad, who is a wonderful partner, and of course CCRB, Community Civilian Complaint Review Board. I think I said that wrong, but it sounds right. And the Brooklyn Jumbies as well. Local Jumbies are going to be here. Why? Some people go, what does that have to do with gun violence? Well, as was stated a little earlier, we want to bring all eyes, minds, spirits, hearts to our effort and our cause while we're marching. Everybody does the same thing. What's going on over there? Why are they doing that? Because we don't want to normalize something that is abnormal. We don't want to normalize violence in our community. We want to normalize presence that is positive, uplifting, engaging, and opportunity-filled. And so that's what this is about today. It's not only about a march, because we're marching two resources on Utica and Church Avenue. 4 years ago today, we marched and brought it from there here. So we've just been kind of piggybacking and going back and forth, and it's unfortunate. I want to end the march. I want to stop marching. I want to just stop marching and just continue to love our community, uplift our community, and embolden our community to do great things. And we're going to end with Tyron somewhere. Tyron, okay. Tyron, a community member, a partner in this as well. He's going to close us off from a community voice.
Blessed of love, everybody. Silence the violence. Silence the violence. When I say silence the violence, I say echo the love. Silence the violence. Silence the violence. Silence the violence. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Peace and blessings, y'all. My name is Tyron Stearns, and I stand here today representing the 67th Precinct Clergy Council, better known as the God Squad. Peer Violence Project ECHO, as my director said earlier. ECHO stands for Empowering Communities Through Healing and Opportunities. As we gather here today to acknowledge Gun Violence Awareness Month on this very corner of East 93rd Street in Rutland, where I was born and raised, where I have lost tons of family members and friends to gun violence. I am also a gun survivor myself, where my very own cousin was gunned down in the lobby of his building. Darnell Petway, aka Mook Moolah, where we are gathered today with his family. Also along here today with Ms. Shawn Brown, another community member where her baby boy was just recently gunned down in the sea. As I stand here today, I'm reminded of the profound impact this issue has on our communities, our families, and our future. Today we come together not only to remember those who we have lost, but to empower ourselves, especially our youth, people to be agents of change. To our young people, never underestimate the power you hold. Your passion, your ideas, and your commitment are the catalyst for the change we so desperately need. Use your voice to be out against injustice, use your talents to promote peace, and use your strength to build a safer world for us. As we get ready to march, and as we leave here today, let us carry with us a renewed sense of purpose. Let us honor those who have lost by committing the fight to the ones who are still here. Let us turn our grief into action and our pain into progress. Together we can and we will make a difference. I am your favorite hood brother, but I'm your favorite good brother. I found my lane and I stuck in it. Be yourself, value yourself, love yourself, and I promise you you'll find yourself important than others. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Thank you, much appreciated. Much love, and that's what we need more of, and believe me, there are more. They just need to find their voice and their lane. We are here for them to provide that opportunity for them. So we are going to start our march. I want to thank everybody who got a chance to speak, and we will have some others that we're probably going to speak in when we get over to the resource fair, which is set up already on Utica and Church Avenue. We're going to start the march now. So as we break things down, the tent and all that kind of stuff, we have in order, where it's the black van, East Flatbush Village band first, then it's going to be the marching band, then it's going to be the local jumbies, then afterwards it's going to be all of us
Doing good.
Members marching,
Doing good, man.
and then the vehicles behind in order for whether it be drums. I did see man up drive by, and any other vehicles that are going to be a part of the motorcade. And I know the precinct is going to guide us out.
I gotta go. I gotta go to Queens. Back here, I'm a little backed up. Hopefully about 12:30. But you know, this matters more. You know, supporting the victims. You know, victim families. So you know, I gotta go. I gotta hear. So you know, I'm about to log off here. Gotta go to Queens. So a little backed up. So take care, everybody. Later.